Alright, what we have here is a cheap battery charger from Harbor Freight. It retails for $69, but if you catch it on sale in a coupon, you can easily pick this up for $29. Let's open her up and see what we got. That is what we have. 50 amp emergency start, 10 amp quick charge, and 2 amp trickle charge. And as you can see, no power until connected to battery. Since we're wanting to use this for an electrolysis project, that doesn't do us any good. So I'm going to plug this up to multimeter, and we'll hit it on the power and show you exactly that there is no power coming through these leads. And then we'll open this guy up and see if we can't figure out how to make it where it's got power through the leads. We'll also try to untangle all these wires so that we can use it. Alright, positive wire. Check. Negative wire. Yeah, it's just beautiful, isn't it? Alright, that ought to be safe. Go ahead and put it on. And we're fixing to plug this into the wall. You'll hear it click as that is on. Let's see. See if we can get it where you can see the lights. And then you'll see that we have no voltage. Hang on just a second, let me plug this guy up. And there you go, you could hear a little bit of a click, but no voltage and no lights on it. So we're going to unplug it and tear it apart and see what we can find on the inside. Plug. Alright, so this guy's got what, 3 screws, 2 screws on each side. So it's a total of 9 screws? No, 7. 7 screws. Alright. That's what the inside of her looks like. I don't know if you can see in there or not. My understanding how this guy operates, this is going to be probably a bridge rectifier. And this wire is going to be our hot wire going out, and I believe this is our voltage sensor right here. And our negative for the ground, or whatever charging apparatus comes off this heat plate sink. So I guess we're going to plug it up and see if we can figure out how to make this guy work. I'm guessing and I've read where the battery sense wire requires somewhere between 9 and 12 volts to trip the circuit on. So we're going to plug it up and see if we can't find something like that DC off this board, and maybe we can hotwire this and make it work. So let's plug it up now. There, so we are hot. Just to verify, no voltage through the lamps real quick. Nope. Alright. See if I can put this where it can be seen. Check our mains just to make sure we got mains power. Yep, 120 volts. Let's see if we can find out what's coming off this bridge rectifier. We know those are going to be mains in. Let's see. Nothing. Nothing. What are we doing wrong? How about this guy? Getting 18 volts off of this, so we got volts DC. Okay, so we've got AC going through there. I bet we got 18 volts AC right here. Where you at? No, 30 volts AC. Yeah, that makes sense. So when we cut it, alright, so this guy, boom. So we're also going to have 18 volts here, right? Yeah. Okay. So that one's positive and all that's grounded. $18 volts. Do we have any more voltage? There's 6 volts. Ooh. 3 volts. How about that? It looks like all we've got I think we're going to have to do something on the 18 volt side. So we'll unplug first and then we'll come back and see what we can come up with. Alrighty, so we're back. Couldn't get anything close to 9 volts off this board. I did find 6 volts, but I don't think that's going to be enough. I found 18 volts. And what I've done is I've got what they call a voltage divider circuit installed. I'm pulling the 18 volts from this connection right here. There's a couple of diodes that are rectifying that into the 18 volts DC. Run it through a switch. Here's where my voltage divider is, it's 2 resistors, and I'm pulling off the center tap. They're wired together. Pull my center tap down to the current sense, and the other end goes to ground. I have turned it on to verify that I'm getting approximately 9 volts. It's actually a little less. It's like 8 point something. Both resistor values are exactly the same, by the way. And it's a momentary switch, not a latching switch. I've got my meter plugged up to the jumper cables. And now I'm fixing to plug this guy in, and we're going to see if we can trick it into working. So bear with me. Alright, so we have no power going through the leads. Now we're going to do the voltage circuit, or voltage divider, and see if we can get it to start charging. Oh. Now this is a momentary switch. It is working. But as soon as I let go, it stops. So we are going to have to go with the latching switch. Let me get a latching switch and we'll be right back. Alright, so since we know this is going to work, we're going to go ahead and put the latching switch on, and we're going to go ahead and mount it to the back of the case. Pretty sure you already know this, but if not, I'm going to go ahead and say it anyway. At this point, you're voiding your warranty. You've probably already voided it by opening it up, but it is what it is, right? So let's go ahead and mount this switch on our case. Yes, give me a few minutes to get a battery that's actually charged, and we'll be right back. Alright, so we have a drill and a battery that's charged now. So let's pick up where we left off. There, 1 hole. Now we got to make it bigger. Got to make it a 1/2 inch for this particular switch. So we're going to step up to 1/4 now. That was a 11/64. That guy goes, he goes, doesn't he? Alright. Now we're not going to jump anymore, because the bigger you get, the harder it is to get them to feed without bending it. The sheet metal, that is. Two more to go. All right, one more bit. All right, there we go. We have our hole drilled. And this is the type of switch we're going to put on. See how it latches? Alright. Oop. It really doesn't matter where they're connected. On this particular switch, it's a single pole, single throw, a latching switch. Some of these are apparently easier to deal with than others. Alright. Now that we got that done, let's mount this puppy. Pliers probably aren't necessary, but I like pliers, and I hate loose toggle switches, so it works for me. I know it's like crazy good wire management going on in here, but you know, get what you pay for, and I didn't pay much. We'll get there eventually, folks. Well, looks like our little switchy poo is in the way of the latchy wetchy here. I guess we will have to loosen it up if we would like for it to. Yeah, it looks fine. Never mind that. Looks like I was just looking for an excuse to take the lid off again. Oh well. That happens sometimes. The older you get, the more confused you get too. Alright, let's try this one more time. Yeah, it is interfering just a little bit. I think it'll be alright though. Let's get us some screws in. So we can make everything happy. Bob Ross happy. Or Cy Roberts happy. Whatever. I don't care. As long as everybody's happy. Happy, happy, happy. Right? Come on now. Get in there. There we go. Alrighty. Let me clean some of these metal shavings off. I'll be right back and we'll test this guy out. Alrighty, so I got the metal shavings cleaned up. I'm gonna go ahead and flip this guy around, hook it up to the meter, and see what we got. Plugging her in now. Alright, we got everything plugged up. No voltage coming out. We're going to flip our switch to on and see what happens. 12 volts. It's charging. Alright, let's see if we can get some sparky sparks. You know, they're not recommended for whatever. Anyway, it's not safe. That's what I'm saying. Alright. Or they say it's not safe. Who cares? Let's try this. Can we get some sparky sparks? Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about right there. I say that's a success.